adjust the angle, adjust where your foot falls. We want your toe to be out just a little bit, kind of like the other side. Your knee goes right there. So we'll tighten this guy down. Make sure this one's all tightened down. Good. Moment of truth. This is the fun part. Go ahead, push. You might want to lock your wheel so you don't roll away. Ooh, yeah. So the reason we did it on just like this is because I wanted to see where everything falls.
Okay. It's kind of high.
Yeah, it looks like we're a little high. Ideally, your knee would be sunk down a little bit deeper, but that can be adjusted in post.
Okay.
And then this looks just a little bit loose, so we're gonna throw one of these guys on.
All right.
Pull that all the way up. Push back into it. And then your style will have a sleeve, which is a layer that goes over top of everything on the outside of the socket. And that keeps the air from seeping back in so that
Damn, that's kind of tight. Okay.
that looks better. And I think it needs to come up just a little higher, but we'll fix that here in the next one. Let me take a measurement of your knee. Go ahead and straighten your leg out for me. Let me grab you a sleeve. I think I've got one that'll fit nice. Is it digging in?
No, but it will.
Hang on one second. Don't stand up quite yet.
Okay.
Yeah, they can grind that down, bring the wall down.
Right.
The edge.
So I can bend my knee all the way.
Yes. That's why it's clear. Not only that, but also if you feel anything tight, this is when it gets real collaborative. So once you stand, you feel like you're falling forward, you feel like you're falling backwards, you feel like there's too much pressure on the inside or the kneecap. That's when you gotta really like close your eyes and feel what you feel. Because the comfort of that socket is determined by all of those little details.
Okay.
The more comfortable that you are, the more that you'll wear it, the more you wear it, the better you get at it.
Okay.
So a lot of times, if you don't go through that whole process of that doesn't feel good, why? I don't know. Well, let's pinpoint it, right? A lot of times in the process, it's just here you go, stand up. And because you're new, you get up and you walk, and your process naturally is, that's what I'm supposed to feel. Suck it up, right? And yes, there's going to be some uncomfort that we don't know, or it might just be perfect. But the communication and what you feel really thinking about all of that is what you need right now. So that pointing out, we're starting off on the right foot, pointing that out and knowing that once you get to bending that leg, it's not going to allow you to bend it all the way. That's perfect.
That's perfect.
Now, this foot, it doesn't.
It does have some play.
Okay.
But you'll see that as you put weight on it, and in the beginning, it's simplicity.
Okay.
So that doesn't have as much play as 3 months down the road the foot you'll have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this one is not your foot either. This one's one that was your size that I found upstairs. We got the op just barely from the VA, and so I didn't get a chance to order parts for you, but I wanted to get you up regardless. So that's what we're doing today. So this is your outer layer.
Yeah, that's gonna be black.
Yep. That ties everything nicely together, right?
Yep. I gotta wear two of them? Or that's just the cover for this one?
Yep.
Okay.
So this goes over top. pulls down. See how it's got that rubber on this side?
Yeah.
Basically what it does, we lay it on the socket like that.
Mhm.
It creates a seal so the air
Can't go back
it pushes it out, but it'll suck it tight against the plastic so that it doesn't come back inside.
Okay.
That way when you push down, it lets all the air out, but not
Okay.
back in.
Okay, so it's a whole gasket. Okay.
Exactly. Yep. That low enough over that edge. Okay. So then we pull this one down. Now we have you push your leg in. Perfect. And that'll get easier as that big bump, the calf belly goes down.
Mhm.
That'll get easier for you to get inside of it. Perfect. And then pull that up the rest of the way before pulling up. We want this to go up on your leg.
All right.
Clear to the top of the liner. Might have to back it off just a little bit.
Make sure metal mesh touches your skin.
Yeah, shut up.
Therapy pads are inserted properly.
Okay, so let's come down here.
Fits snugly.
I'm gonna have you fold down the top of the liner and we'll just make sure it doesn't have to cover, no. We're gonna fold down this top little quarter just so that this rubber touches that rubber.
Okay.
I say rubber, it's silicone, but
Same thing.
there you go. Pull that up the rest of the way.
Sounds like one of those things from school. The principal's about to get on there. Take y'all asses to class right now. Standing out in my courtyard talking about nothing.
Oh, shut up.
All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and stand up and we'll get all the wrinkles out of the sleeve as soon as you get up because your leg's gonna slide down a little bit more.
Okay.
Ready?
Whatever you are.
Let's go. Hang on to the bars for me.
He's up.
What does that feel like to put some weight down on it?
Weird.
Do you feel any? Looks like it could be a little tighter in the knee, but let's roll this up so I can see what's going on.
Do you feel any pain?
No.
Okay. Good.
It could be a little snug because you're shrinking. Honestly, the only thing. How's the height feel? Do you?
This is taller than this.
Okay, perfect. That's kind of what. Not what I'm not surprised, but a little bit. I thought that from my measurements that we would be a little low, but your knee center is a little high actually. So bring this leg forward to make it even, and you can hang on to the bars. Don't feel like you need to show off.
No.
Just feeling what it feels like.
Yeah.
Let's go. Do we have those plastic
Yeah, we do.
platforms?
There we
They're in that other room, right? I'm gonna get you some platforms to stand on, just to kind of get. Bend your knee about it, or take a step forward and then bend your knee back as far as you can.
Yeah, let's take it. Keep it straight. Yeah, so when you take a step, you really want to always think about bringing that knee back. And that's how you clear.
Step onto that.
Let it buckle, it'll buckle.
Is that all right?
Little bit.
A little closer.
Yeah.
Alright. try one more up. We'll see if we can tip you the other way.
Perfect.
Okay. So about 1.25 inches. Okay, have a seat real fast for me.
When you just sat down, what you pointed out before you put the leg on the back, did it stop you from sitting down? Did it slow you down when you sat down? Did it feel painful? Did it pinch you? Anything? You didn't
No,
feel
but it felt stiff, but no.
Okay.
Um,
Because the walls too, sometimes it gets, because you're not used to it, it gets a little uncomfortable. But they're to help you stabilize, right? So if we start cutting, then you start getting wobbly and shaky. So that's why you want to pinpoint, like, okay, maybe that didn't bother me as much as I thought it did. Like really feel it out, sitting down, standing up, what it feels like.
Yeah. If anything, I think it could be tighter.
okay.
As you can see, as I'm pulling here, it tightens up back there. But then we've got this pulling away from you. So I think it could be a little bit tighter on you.
Okay.
And that'll help it feel more secure.
Okay.
But the height, I don't think looks too bad. The fact that I can fit my fingers back here, bend all the way.
Yeah.
I can fit my fingers back there pretty nicely.
Now if
Let's keep it track of you. We're doing different things.
Heart monitor?
Yep. Still pulling.
Take the battery out. We're done.
Yeah, see, but that's where it stops.
Yeah, it's not uncommon. That's the hard thing about prosthetics is because it's a rigid socket, you're gonna have some resistance, especially because the gel's back in here, kind of squished in, and then you're gonna have this outer layer that's squished in there too.
Okay.
So ultimately, it's kind of like try bending this knee. You feel how that kind of restricts you?
Yeah.
My fingers are easier to crush than the socket wall. But just having all that material back there will kind of bunch up and make it so you can't bend all the way like this and still get support from the socket.
Okay.
Yeah. That could probably. Okay, let me. Nice. Such a good fit. Let me go shorten you.
Okay.
This guy. Alright. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna, with your hands kind of over the bars floating, just because it's not lined up quite to you,
Okay.
we're gonna have you take some steps down and back. So, and then we're gonna make the improvements because it's gonna feel kind of weird.
Use
Like
the
the
bars
foot's-
for right now. Just
like the
feel
foot's
it
not
out.
lining
Feel
up.
it out.
It's in the knee.
It's limiting you.
Yes, in the knee.
Like it's pushing your knee back.
Yes.
Careful. Careful.
Yes, the knee is pushing the knee back.
Here. And this changes over time too. As you start walking, right now you're feeling a lot of pressure on your knee,
Right.
but that could be tightness of these muscles back here that you're feeling it.
Walk through your video. I'm sorry.
So this is gonna change.
Walk slow so you can feel it all. Take tiny steps.
I'm also gonna put you sit slightly, so we're gonna take this away. And a little bit more here. this foot. So these feet are what are called satch feet.
Mm-hmm.
That stands for solid ankle cushion heel. They are cheap feet for people that do minimum walking. So it's going to give us a little bit of a false reading of what you're actually feeling, but it's a foot underneath you, so.
That's better.
Yeah, that tip back, the little tip back is, I think, because this heel is so cushy, it's kind of making you dip a little bit.
Okay.
I need to see if I can find a different foot. You're walking with some swagger, that's what I got on it.
Now what
I'm
matters?
gonna watch you from this side.
Now what matters most? Let's see how we're gonna do this one.
Oh, in order to get down on your knees?
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Easier than you thought it was, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
That heel is throwing him off a little bit, but I think that's,
Hydraulic.
it's a satch. It's the only size 29 that I could find right off the bat. So I think that's a little bit of the funky walk, but
Moving.
yeah. We're getting you up and moving, getting the gases flowing, right?
Gotta get the Febreze out, man. You gotta warn somebody. It's an incoming.
Wow.
Alcohol, this is not good. Kill some of these particles.
God, I need putty.
He's already trying to figure out what he's gonna run into when he gets out of here. He's thinking about going rock climbing.
No, I ain't thinking about it.
We might be hitting the bottom a little too hard. It's not hurting you at all in the bottom?
No.
Do you have good sensation down there? Like, here, let's take this guy off. It's holding good suction though. You see how this is kind of pulled in?
Mm-hmm.
That means that all the air's out. The second you lower that down, you see how it kind of releases?
Releases.
That's exactly what we want to see. So we're holding good suction. Let's go ahead and take this off. You feel me pushing up there? Anything uncomfortable? You got a lot of padding,
Right.
because that's the end of your bone right there. So that's kind of working in our favor, I think. Until you start shrinking down and these bones come out more prominent, we'll probably be okay. But I want to tighten this up just a little bit more. Just because I see that a little bit of a wobble. Go ahead, push in one more time. That's about how tight we want it to go on regularly. As you start shrinking, it's going to get easier.
Okay.
So, maybe not. I think that. These right now, they appear a little bit low. But like we said, that pad, the end of your leg is going to shrink, and so you're going to slide down deeper into it. And if you're walking just fine, really the only thing I think we could benefit from is tightening of this just a little bit. And we'll be golden. Let me go do that, and I'll wrap it up and let you take it today.
All right.
I want to do one more last search and see if I can't find a foot that's a little bit better for your activity.
All right.
But again, I think we're doing okay. The idea is we don't want you to wear socks, so go ahead and try standing up, see if that will get it down. If not, let's go to a thinner sock. That's a good thing.